Hi. All right. Whoop. Yep. Good. All right. I'm full of beans right now. Just, whew, bit of a hot minute getting in here. Finished my training and had bugger all time to get into shower, but I'm clean and I'm feeling fit, and it's good. Hope you're well. G'day Jamie, Darren, Neil, Sam, Winston, Dave, and to all the rest of you out there. And Sally, of course. For all of you, I say welcome. All right. So, first things first. Pullback. All right. Beauty. We got a pullback. One moment. Oh. Good. Okay. Yeah, we got a pullback. So, my video yesterday, if you didn't see it, it's not really time sensitive. I mean, it turned out that the timing of that video was pretty good. And the market has fallen. And for those that have been asking, I had a few DMs, direct messages coming through saying, "Did you sell some?" Yeah. I did a full audit of my portfolios yesterday, worked out how much I had of everything, and I went through that exercise of what I suggested in that video, which is what's the best worst case scenario. And I have been taking profits along the way with what we've been seeing in this market with this run. There's no doubt about that. I have been. I've taken to this point probably 7.5% off the table over the last 3 weeks, I'd say. So not a huge amount. But yeah, I mean, it did feel nice because I was selling up around 57, I think the price was, or 50 something around there. And since it has fallen, it does. It makes me feel like this. Even though it's not a lot, I'm still very deep in the market. It just does feel good to sort of go, okay, well, I've banked a bit more and I can do what I wish with that. Well, they say you can go and buy a kilo of gold now with Bitcoin for 1 Bitcoin. So what I noticed this morning as well was that when it came to me doing my morning scan, I found bugger all. And I didn't feel the need to find something. That's one of the best things about taking profits and about having that internal dialogue, that conversation about what to do and when to do it and how to manage your portfolio. It allows you to think clearly, not FOMO, not be not feel too much of anything really, other than just keeping an eye on things. So what I want to start with here is a clear head, and B, the daily. So at one stage, I think we were down about 17% from the open. Oh, yep, there you go, 17%. Big move, big move. And look, it's kind of, let's go back over here and just go through the motions, right? So the last time we had a very steep pullback in a singular candle, it was actually 20%. We bounced hard, we messed around, and then we hit the higher lows and whooshka, off we ran again. Another 100% move from the low to the high. Ooh, 103. Now this platform here is TradingView. This video or this live session that I do it every Tuesday at this time. It's sponsored by FTX. This is an FTX perpetual scan that I go through, and that's what you'll be seeing. By the way, if you haven't got your FTX account, open the description below and you'll see 10% off your trading fees. And the other so open your account there. The other thing is below that you'll see the go long and go short, and in both of those videos it will teach you how to manage your risk and raise orders on FTX. FTX, the best trading platform out there for my money. I mean that because that's where my money is. So just keep that in mind. If you haven't used it, or you're not used to it, or you want to get used to it, in the description below you can open your account, get your discount, and you can see long, short, all that sort of stuff. So we have pulled back into that cradle zone on the daily. As I like to do, is use the weekly as well. The weekly 2 days old is down 10 or 10.6% at this stage. Could we go to 40? Absolutely we could. Would I like it to go to 40? Absolutely, not a problem for me. I would, again, I like to see the markets breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Why? Because it's got to do both. Markets don't just go up forever. They do form these patterns of pullbacks, and that's what my cradle trade is designed around, is those pullbacks. We had one over here back at the start of the year, and it appears that we are having somewhat of a pullback now. Will it be weekly, or will it da-da? Will it da-da? Will it da-da? Will it be on the daily? Now, a couple of things. Again, this is a sort of a, when I look at Bitcoin in this way, in this depth, it's because for me, Bitcoin is a market leader, obviously. It is our biggest market cap, and I love to trade it. So as I see it here, if we don't get a deeper pullback to say 40 or whatnot, and why 40? Round number, but also back into a rough region, and also in the cradle zone, top end on the weekly. Look, back down in and around that region. If we don't see it go that far, and in fact, I'd actually love to see the next couple of days sell off a bit more, come down to around about this 48 region, and then give me a small bullish candle, because if that were to be the case, I'd be able to trade a cradle off of that daily time frame. The 2 day, of course, pulling back into that region would just be beautiful. Great trend. Everything here looks really, really strong. Really, really strong. Am I bearish Bitcoin? No, not even close. Not even close. Why? Not because I've got any sort of crystal ball or massive amounts of information coming at me. I just read the charts. I teach people to trade. I trade myself, and for the time being, it's still got uptrend weekly, uptrend daily, uptrend 2 day. Everything's in an uptrend until we go lower. And here we have Bitcoin on the 2 hour. I come to the 15 now, and I'm starting to get something along the lines of what I was looking for. This morning when I came in, it was something around here. And we started to see some cyclicity come in. We saw a higher low here, higher low. And it was to pull back and go again with that next high low. I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll look for opportunities in the lower time frames. I also had said to my clients that I do a live trading floor that trade with us, or we trade together, that if I was to see lower highs and lower lows come in, then that could be an option as well. To look for shorts. Now, as it stands, we do have a downtrend on the 15. For me to be really realistically looking for shorts, I'd need to see it. I can't talk. I'm still a bit shaky after my training session. It wasn't that hard, but geez, body weight stuff, especially when you've got the weight of a body like mine. It's hard work. So I want to see it kick on a little bit more, get that cyclicity back, and then I'm looking for shorts on Bitcoin in the short term. Okay, not for long, in the short term. As a trader, I can trade either direction, and I can make money either direction. And that's the beauty of FTX, is that it's a futures trading platform which allows me to make money up, down. Just got to know what you're looking for. So across the top 10, you can see a bit of carnage there. Bitcoin holding its ground better than everything except for XRP. So let's go ahead and have a look at the FTX margin list. Now, if you want to get these lists that I have pre-made ready for you, all you got to do is join up to the, I think you get that when you go to tradercobb.com and join up to the free course. In the My Account section, you can download those little lists and pop them in so that you don't have to recreate them, and away you go. Don't forget as well, till the 25th, what are we? 23rd, you've got 2 more days available to get live trading floor discounts and discounts on the course. If that's for you, go get it. If not, and that's for the Chinese New Year sale. So let's go to Ethereum now. I think what we're going to be doing here is probably focusing on the lower time frames. I'm not going to do a big spiel on the weekly and all that sort of stuff at the moment, because Bitcoin's the one that I like to do it on. The rest I'll work off something similar to that. Probably going to be looking at these lower time frames here. Ethereum this morning, you can see the cyclicity pull back into the cradle zone and a sell-off. Now, that wasn't a trade for me. It would have been very nice if it wasn't for this big spike that we saw. Another thing I like about FTX is that it didn't spike down to $700 like it did on Kraken. Pretty spewing for anybody who's trading that platform. Stoked if you were short. Okay, let's go lower again here. Right. Just going to mark that in, and I'm going to chuck that in there. Now, those of you who know my breakout strategy, you know it's not ready yet. You know it's got a build, but there are 2 tests. That's why it's going in. Now, I'm just going to stick with the 1 hour and the daily for now. AVE. Rolling over, nothing to work with. Again, I'm looking for good, clean trends when I do this. Cardano holding its ground quite nicely, but it's a mess. It's... Don't like it. Don't like it. By the way, oh, excuse me. Please like this if you like it. Hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications because it does help get more traction. Okay. Algorand. It's got the lower high on the daily. It is pushing back. I will have a sticky beak on that weekly. Nice pullback. Let's go back up to here. Look, I'm not going to put that in right now because I do think we'll see better cyclicity perhaps on some other charts. Alpha, not really keen there. Again, I'm looking for that really nice series of lower highs. Did anyone take any profit yesterday? Did anyone go through that, see that video that I did talking about the thought process behind taking profits? Did anyone find that useful? It's on YouTube if you didn't get a chance to have a look at it last night or yesterday afternoon. Nice, Phil. Again, it's lacking that cyclicity. I'm a real advocate for that, you know, real bouncing ball down. And I don't have it there. Do I have it here? Here. No. Basic attention token. The only thing I can consider really is a flat level forming through there, which I do sort of have. Not the greatest on the daily, but... Now, with that being the case that we got a little beesdick break there, I would have to wait to see that consolidate further in. Second option is a booster off of this pullback level. Third option is a cradle. I shall pop that in. I might just keep the tax implications. Yeah. Thing is with tax implications, I thought about that too. I've been speaking to my accountant back and forth for some time. And... one of the things about that is, you know, let's say you're looking at the highest tax bracket. You're looking at what, call it 50%, right? Here in Australia, anyway. Then, well, that stinks. If you haven't been holding for over 12 months, of course, you'll cop the full slab of capital gains tax. But I suppose it's about wondering, you know, how long are you going to hold it for? How long do you think the market's going to run for? How much time have you got until that tax implication kicks in? Because at the end of the day, you know, the market, if you've got to wait a whole year, it could fall 50% by then, in which case you're worse off because you've got to pay 25% on 50. You know, you get my point. G'day, Bockley online. Nothing on Bitcoin Cash. Nothing on Binance. Cyclicity is not bad on BSV, but it's got to kick lower a little bit more for me to be interested. Bitmax still holding its ground. There's nothing for me to really work with. Bockel, got it. Chili's have a pull back into here. A little bullish candle would be good on the daily, but it has not done that. At this stage, comp, again, very messy. It's got to push on, so I'm still looking for that continuation further. Cream, get on top. Shibugi, yeah. I'm such a kook. I'm not keen there. Not keen for the cream. Curve. Again, needs to get that cyclicity, and it's not quite there for me just yet. DeFi, no thanks. Oh, water is so good. Again, cyclicity lacking on Doge. Dot. Tell you what I would love to see. I mean, I love the look of this chart. It really is fantastic on the daily. I'd love to see Dot go somewhere around the $30 mark for a nice little bullish candle on the daily. And you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be on that if I get it. Dragon needs to push lower again. Scientology. lacking that cyclicity. Don't forget what we're here to do is we're here to find good trends first. Without a good trend, there ain't nothing to do. I'm stuck in a trade in Doge at the moment. I'm really lost at what to do. Suck up the loss or ride it out. See, this is one of the things I think is really important, and part of why I do this for a living is to teach people and educate, is that if you're getting into something and you don't have a plan, you're going to find yourself in positions like now where you go, I don't know what to do. You've got to plan your trade and trade your plan. So, you know, I'm certainly not going to Tom Cruise coin. I'm certainly not going to be able to help in any way, shape, or form when it comes to someone without having a plan. If they've got a plan, I can certainly say, look, stick to your plan. Just, I don't know, man, like you've got to think that one through. You really got to look at your downside, look at what you're going to, you know, what you're in at. Tricky. Exchange pull back in here to 6,000. Give me a bullish daily candle. I'll be all over that like melted cheese on toast. Filecoin, messy still. Cyclicity's there. It's got to push to those new lows for me to be interested. Flamingo, daily downtrend, but there's not much to work with through here. A bit chop. I'm looking for this nice swinging from the you know, vines. FTT, flanning to flail. I can't do it. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Correct. FTT, get back down a bit more for me, buddy boy. I would like to get some more, but not there now. No interest there. Holy Trinity, no. Horby after a stellar run higher. Well, look at that, 20, 11, 63, poof, and then up, down. Get back into that cradle zone. $16 preferred on the daily. But if we do start to see charts like that, then I will do a watch list video and you will get a heads up on it if you're not in my community already. Horby, no. Kyber, no. Remember, cyclicity, swinging from those lines, baby. Right, let's have a look at Litecoin quickly here. This is what I'm talking about, just to remind you of what cyclicity looks like. It's this pullback move. You know, I'm not saying there was trades through here. Pullback move. Pullback, that was possibly tradable. I'm looking for that form of chart, something very nice and consistent. Okay, I'll go back to Matic for a second. Messy. Mid. No thanks. It would be interesting to see how all of this looks in about an hour's time. Ooh. Met her at a bar. Met her at a bar. When I look at that chart at this end, I do see a trend. I do see convergence. As I go higher, I have a downtrend. I have a downtrend. I don't have a tip button, but I've got a thumbs up button. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Oh, I don't know how YouTube tips, but I'm not very, I don't know, mate. You know more than me. And Meta, I don't need a tip. You hang on to whatever you were going to tip me, mate. You look after yourself. I'm good. But thank you. It just doesn't have... It's too fickle right now. It doesn't look like it's got the liquidity. That's, I guess, my biggest concern here. You jump to this 15 and see how it's like a little bit funky, little tiny candles. Means no trading in 15 minutes there, or sorry, no price movement in 15 minutes. It doesn't really fill me with confidence to trade those lowers at the minute. That being said, yeah, no, nothing else to be said. It doesn't tickle my fancy. And I do like my fancy being tickled. It's just not going to happen with Meta at a bar. That went south quite quickly, didn't it? Oh my goodness. What do we got here on the 15? Ooh. We're sort of mid-move, aren't we? We've gone through that really nice period of cyclicity. I mean, I was watching Billions at that time, and then I was asleep through that time, which meant that I didn't feel anything last night. I woke up and went, whoa, look at what happened whilst I snoozed. OMG, not for me. Pax. So this is what I mean with low liquidity. Very little trading going on there. Yeah, leaving it. Prove. What is that level right there? Oh yeah. Navigate a little bit further. Well, we can see that is a that it's a level. There's no doubt about that. Let's just jump back to this 15 here because I want to just get rid of that for a sec. It's got to tighten up. Let's just do this. 5. Not perfect. I will keep an eye on it though. I want to say keep an eye on it. There is a couple of tests there. It's not perfect yet. If it consolidates in, I mean, we do have these lower highs and lower lows. If it consolidates in quite nicely, then I might have a. I don't make decisions for myself. The market tells me what to do. I just follow my rules. All right. So if it sets up, sweet. This was the only thing in my watch list this morning. It was a pullback into here. It did sell off from that point. As you can see, an old level of support has become resistance, and it did fall. But as of right now, do I have anything there? The answer that I bring to you is no. There ain't nothing there. Rune's still in an uptrend, although ugly. I'm not touching that. Shit perp. Not quite. Synthetics. There you go. Pulled back in, fell, but there's nothing there for me at this moment. Slim pickings again, by the look of it. Solana, no. Sushi. Still very sideways. It looks, the longer you hold your arms out sideways, when you do that, and you're like at the start, you're like, this is easy. And the longer you hold it, all of a sudden your arms get really heavy. That's what sushi's looking like up here on this daily. Now, not to suggest that it's going to have a big fall. That's not my objective here. But a pullback into say $10 or thereabouts certainly wouldn't be out of the equation, considering it's done what, like 30x in the last few months. So food for thought for sure. But nothing there for me at the moment as far as going short. Swipe, no thank you. Theta, beautiful trend here. I might check that 2-day. It's not going to be ready, but pullbacks into there. Let's see if we can calm down the next couple of days and see what the market wants to do. I'm very much in keep an eye on things mode. Not in action stations will be triggered if we do get opportunities to the short side. But I'm interested to see how, if we hold and where we go to, what we do. Uni. Right, I got 1, 2, B's deck there. Not the most liquid of charts. There is a downtrend. A lot of huffing and puffing going on this one. Look, I will pop it in. There's not a huge amount in the list. I will pop that in. Keep a little eye on that. No. Waves. Oh, we got a level here. Look, I'm going to mark that in. It seems to be that if anything, we're going to get there are a couple of levels around. Now, again, not suggesting that that there is a trade there, but I will watch it. See, this is what I've been missing because I was not there. Well, this is the sort of trends I like. Those really nice moving trends. I will mark waves, and I'll keep one of my brown eyes on that. See what I did there? I do have brown eyes. That's why I can say that. No, I can keep Stellar out of the mix there. Monero. A little bit of a bounce. Ugly looking chart, if I'm honest. XRP holding its ground. Very silly looking chart. Sorry, not silly. Very messy looking chart. Tezos grinding. But not much to work with. You know, it's very clear as to what I'm looking for here, guys. I'm looking for cyclicity. I'm looking for trend. Now, I'm going to mark that in, not for a breakout, but potentially for a booster or a cradle back into that level. I will keep my eyes on that. Yen. Nah, not right now. No. 1 inch punch. No. And GRT will be the final to make it into the watch list. Okay, let's head back. Well, that is the last, by the way. Let's go and have a look. We look like we appear to be having a little bit of a sell-off. A little bit. Let's see what's in the list. We are not Old Mother Hubbard right now. We do have a few options, but it will take some time to have these kick in. I really will be keeping a close eye here on Ethereum, this chart here. I would love to see a third test into this. I will sticky beak to the 5. It's not there, not near. So waiting to see if I need to have at least 2 more tests up here. Failing that, a breakdown, boosters back in. You can see your anchor points if you know what you're looking for. When we look at basic attention token, very similar to that of Ethereum. 2 tests of support. Call it. I want to see it. I really want to see it come back and either consolidate for a bit longer or pull up into there. I'm not sure, as a matter of fact, that we're going to have. We're not. Okay, I'm going to have to take BAT out, and the reason is, sorry, I didn't realize that spike there. I thought we had a lower high. We don't, so that's not going to match the rules. So BAT will have to come out there. Priv perp, very slight on the 30, but it's more the 15 here. A couple of tests there. Much work for it to do. If we do see it push down a pullback in, you need to stick to those rules. These are simple, literal checklists. Don't sway from them. Don't have to make it complicated. Uniswap, 2 tests there, needs to build in that level again for the same as what I was talking of before. When we come to the 30, we do definitely have momentum. Sometimes there will be opportunities that, or there might be a little breakout, for example, like I've been looking at on ETH, Priv, Uni, that might not make you feel like you want to take a big position. Fine. Minimize that, squirrel it down, because sometimes, when it comes to trading, there's the ability to sort of hedge yourself as well. So to have a short trade, if you've not taken profit or you still have a lot of in the game, in the market, I will often take happily a trade where I can lose 8%, or more happily, because it does open up that ability for me to have a hedge on. Now, I won't do that on these very low time frames, because it doesn't take much for it to pop you out. And if you do get some slippage, let's be honest, it happens on every platform. If you get some slippage, it's going to cost you a bit more. So minimize that risk a bit more when looking at trades like this, and just see how you go. Make sure you're following the rules at all times. Waves, taparoo, 7 seconds to go. Uns, tre. Keep an eye on that. Of course, I've got to go to the 30. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave that there, see what we get from that. And this one, little DeFi money. Hello, little DeFi money. Yes. Ultimately, guys, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this period through here. Good trend. I want to see it go through here. If I get that, then I'll be making money, because that's what I need to make money. I need cyclicity. I need trend. How do you know if you're being too pedantic on the trend lines? I don't use them. I don't use trend lines at all, ever. Too subjective. Like if 2 candles have a downswing, the next candle has a lower high followed by a red candle, then a higher high, but overall is an uptrend. No, there's no overall. There's different time frames. So let me give you an example of that. Bitcoin, 15. Lower high, low, lower high, lower low. Let's say we break down again, another lower high. But you look at the daily. The daily is in an uptrend. So that's why with the rules that I've got, it's about multiple time frame analysis. It's about a confluence of events, multiple time frames, multiple rules. I mean, I've got them here. You've got essential factors and bonus factors. You know, between 10 of 9 and 8 and 10 of each for each of the 3 strategies. If you're struggling with that, the best thing I can do is tell you to go just do that free course. You know, like it's there's a huge amount there. It will help you enormously. tradercobb.com. It's absolutely free. Go get stuck in. Would you hedge your entire long-term Bitcoin holding on by shorting or selling futures or playing options? No. Good question. Not at this stage, no. If that would end up being quite a large position, and I don't see, like, when I look at this chart on Bitcoin right now, let's just get rid of some of these trades from earlier. When I look at this chart right now on Bitcoin, what I would say to myself is this is an uptrend. This is a pullback. This is very similar to what we saw over here. I do not see any signs of, you know, colossal failure of Bitcoin. I don't. I just see this as natural market behavior. I had said yesterday in my video that I did that, yeah, sure, we could have a pullback. But at this stage, I don't see anything there that suggests that it will be anything larger. If it's a daily pullback, it's a daily pullback. But don't forget, I'll go to the weekly. Could be a weekly pullback. We could drop another 20 grand from here. Well, that would be a lot, but still, we could drop that, right? It's not a huge concern for me. Now, if I just wobble you over, I don't know where that came from, to this chart, which has more data, so I can use it. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Lactic acid, eh? I'm going to come to here, and then I'm going to go, remember this is 2017-18. I'm going to go to the daily, and I'm going to show you all something. So, right. The reason it doesn't concern me too much is because you generally get a little bit more of a heads up when things are going to turn around, and I'll tell you why. I'll come back to some questions in a sec. We got a very serious pullback through here. You know, we saw a 50% pullback just about. Let's actually do the math on that. 45. So that was quite cataclysmic. And don't forget, let's look at the little, oh gosh. Try that again. We saw some very big days. 16%, 27%, another 12. You know, big days. Now, we haven't seen a huge amount of these massive days, right? Especially not something like this one, 27. That was Bitcoin fever pitch, for full on. It was all on for young and old at that stage. Look at the weekly at that stage as well. You know, we were very extended. We are very extended now, don't get me wrong. But we haven't had these, you know, we haven't had several pullbacks like we did have in the last run. So that's what makes me think we could potentially go further. I think there is further upside potential for Bitcoin. Could be wrong though. And then if we come to the daily, you'll see that big sell-off occurred, pulling us back in on the weekly. Boop. Then we shot back up, and then we started to get really messy. Big, wild, weekly, messy candles. When the candles start to get really big, that's when I start to look to scale out. I haven't seen that occurring at this stage. So, you know, when it starts to do this, these are big days, right? Then we just failed. And then if I hit play, see, look at this. What happened was we got a little lower high. As it breaks down through this point here, that's a point at which you go, hey, now I'm in a daily downtrend. That's the point at which I would look to hedge more or possibly take more off the table. But by that stage, because of these big moves here and the enormous profits that were locked in by anybody that got back in, like when I did back in July, then you got to, that's why I say you've got to look to take profits. You've got to look to lock it in. Now, of course, looking at this now, Bitcoin, of course, has gone far higher. And that's great. The reason I say lock in profits, I'm long-term in this space, right? I'm long-term in this space. However, I also want to make sure that I'm locking in profit so that you don't have to feel like you've got to go on, oh no, I went from X amount to X amount, and you don't feel like you've really achieved anything. So just keep that in mind. Okay, a couple of things. Hey Cobb, does the free course include strategy for how much to invest or trade with in terms of overall savings income? In other words, risk management of portfolio? Yes. Sorry, wrong terminology when I said trend line. I mean trend in general. Don't overcomplicate trend. Higher lows and higher highs is an uptrend. Lower highs and lower lows is a downtrend. Multiple time frame analysis builds the picture. It gives you that confluence of events, and that is when you can make your decisions. Coin collect direct through there. Yeah, it was pretty heavy, man. So there you go. Let's come back quickly while we're at it and go, okay. Oh, shit, have I just missed out whilst I've been talking to you guys? Okay. All right, we're starting to see these trends come in. If we push on, anchor points, boosters, levels. That's the sort of thing I'll be looking at. No, not there now. Still here on uni. Waves is broken. Anchor point, anchor point. Keep your eyes open for boosters. All right, that's what I'll be doing. Have a great day. Don't forget 10% off your trading fees on the link below for FTX. How to go long, go short, and manage your risk in the description below. And if you visit tradercobb.com now and decide that you would like to get involved, you will get up to 70% discounts on our course and other bits and bobs in there. So please make sure that you hit the chat box on my website in the bottom right hand corner if you want to have anyone call you, if you have any questions, and yada 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 yada. No worries, Brian. Excellent, guys. All right, I'm out of here. I've got to get my game back, get back into this market, and get ready for the afternoon evening session. Take it easy. Love ya. Bye for now.